Well, hello, Camp Lutherwood. It is Harvestfest 2025 time. Hey, my name is Auctioneer Patrick. I could not be more excited to be back with you again for another Harvestfest at Camp Lutherwood. It's going to be fantastic. As we get started, folks, I do want to remind you, feel free, say hello, ask any questions in the chat. We'd love to answer them for you. If you have any questions about Harvestfest, any questions about Camp Lutherwood, we have the resource of all resources on the line with us here. In fact, why not introduce her now? A long-time supporter of Camp Lutherwood, but now the executive director. Please put your virtual hands together as we welcome Robin to the stage. Robin, how are you?
I'm doing good. It's Friday. It's kind of a rainy fall Friday, and that just fits right into the world for me. So I was excited for a season change. I love summer camp, obviously, but I'm excited that it's fall at camp at this point.
It's so beautiful there all times of the year, but it's got to be special during the fall too.
Yeah, it's exciting to see the leaves change for cool, kind of crisp mornings. It's just great to be able to celebrate a really successful summer and now turn our attention and our focus on a couple other things like Harvestfest, for example.
Yeah, Harvestfest Sunday, October 12th is the big day, and we are so fired up. It's going to be an incredible event. But today we kicked off our online auction, so we got lots to talk about. But to make sure that we spread the word now, people can still get tickets to join us a week from Sunday on the 12th to be at the event. Is that correct?
Yes, absolutely. We still have a couple spots left, and we would love to have you and your friends, you and your family come and join us at camp to experience fall at camp, to celebrate autumn there, to celebrate all the incredible things that happen on Sunday, October 12th.
That'll be fantastic. Hey, and we have a sponsor we want to thank also, right?
We do. Oregon Pacific Bank, who is our bank and who takes very good care of us, has generously sponsored our event. And then also we've had a couple great donations from Two Town Ciders, making sure that we can imbibe at this event. And also Bennett Winery, who is the winery just around the corner from camp. Who has, both Two Towns and Bennett Winery has supported Harvestfest in the past, as has Oregon Pacific Bank. So we're just so lucky to have community who continuously shows up to support us.
Yeah, no, that's phenomenal. And as folks are joining us, please come on in and say hello. This is like camp. You got to introduce yourself, say hello, let us know where you're tuning in from, and be sure to tell us about a little bit about your connection to camp. So we love to hear all the stories. That's one of the great things about Harvestfest, right? Is we're all coming back together, and it's I always enjoy your event tremendously because there's folks that have always been connected to camp for many years and have great stories about their experiences there. Robin, over the next 9 days or so, as we raise funds, tell us a little bit about how you plan to use the funds that'll be raised through Harvestfest this year.
Okay, two things. One real quick first is, you said people continuously coming back to camp. That's something that I wanted to share. I think that probably a lot of people know this, but just in case they don't, I'm the new executive director. I think most people know that Andrea Schofield, a longtime mentor of mine, retired last winter. And so January 2nd, I showed up at camp, but it's not my first run at Camp Lutherwood. I was a camper there starting in the late 1980s. Actually, I think my first summer as a camper was Andrea's first summer as director.
Wow.
So I've known her, my entire childhood, and I've known camp. I feel like I have a lifelong relationship with camp. And so I went as a camper to Lutherwood my whole childhood. And then I worked at camp as a camp counselor in the late 90s and the early aughts. Is that what it is? Aughts?
Yeah. That'll work.
Then I took a 20-year break and became a social worker. And now I am back as, the leader of camp, working to step into some incredible shoes and working to continue the ministry that's been built over the last 66 years and to keep it going into its next chapter, into the next generation of Camp Lutherwood. So I'm thrilled to be back. I am one of those people who returns to camp consistently again and again, just in a very different role this time.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah, no, I love to hear the stories. Obviously, I grew up in another part of the country, and my connection to camp has always been through the fundraising events and been special. But I have always been overly impressed with how many of the same folks I see each year at the event, raising their bid cards, supporting Camp Lutherwood, because you know what that means to me, Robin, is that folks are invested in what you're doing and they believe in what you're doing. It's one thing to donate once, but when you continually see a lot of the same faces each year, it tells you how dedicated they are and passionate they are about the work you're doing. And it's fantastic to see. Absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, in this role, one thing, I mean, I anticipated a lot, but one thing I think I just maybe naively didn't anticipate when I stepped in was how every single day there is so much opportunity to practice gratitude, because every single day I'm reminded by, a card coming in the mail, by camp receiving a gift, by camp receiving support, that someone out there, many people out there every day pause and think about Camp Lutherwood as a place to support. And it's just endless. And it's the easiest way to practice gratitude is honestly in this job, working at camp, because we do have a real team of supporters. We do have a community who has been dedicated to camp for a long time. We are looking for those people to show up for us at Harvestfest, but also to invite some new people into our community as well. Every summer we have new campers cross the bridge for the first time. We also have some, brand new staff members who are working at camp for their very first time. So our community is growing, we're expanding, but we are endlessly thankful, to my core, grateful for the people who have been supporting camp for years and years and years, and for those who continue to do so.
Yeah, that's awesome, and I know we're going to hear more about what your vision is for as we continue that journey of Camp Lutherwood under your leadership. It's going to be a lot of fun. How about I jump in and tell folks how they can start supporting Camp Lutherwood today?
Yes, please.
Let's do it. And before I do, I do have to. We have a viewer all the way from Boca Raton, Florida, this morning. It's afternoon there, but the one and only Lori Hockman with Octria, our auction platform, is tuned in all the way from Boca Raton, and she made a couple of comments there. Obviously, she loves your story, Robin, but she also talked about true impact. And so thanks for tuning in, Lori, and more importantly, thanks for sharing your thoughts, because when we're sitting here and we're watching all these people tuning in and they won't say hello, it's great to have you say hello all the way from down there in Boca Raton.
And Miss Lori, I was born in Florida. I was raised in Oregon. I feel like I was raised at Camp Lutherwood, actually, but I was born in Florida. So hello to a fellow Floridian.
Yes. What part of Florida?
I was born in Gainesville. Both my folks were in college at the University of Florida. Oh my gosh, Patrick. My mother is so
my former wife was an alum. So
seriously. Well, go Gators.
Yeah. I was at the last national championship game the Gators played in.
It's not going to repeat this year, unfortunately.
No, it is not. But I might be there, because it might be another team we're kind of fired up about.
Okay.
So,
yeah.
And Lori chimed in with "Hey" with the sun. So she's originally a Philly girl. So she's trying to always find the best avocado toast and the best cheesesteak in Boca Raton. Her and her husband Mark is a famous sports radio personality down there with big giant billboards and everything.
Oh, incredible.
And so anyhow, let's get back to Harvestfest. That's what I love. Yeah, but once again, though, what we were just talking about, the connections that happen through Camp Lutherwood all the way across the country today, man. Wow, good stuff. So let's throw it on there. I'm going to say it could not be any easier, folks. As always, start diving in. It couldn't be easier. You're going to just go to that URL right there. And I can also tell you that you can I'm going to find it here real quick. You can also use that QR code right up there in the top left corner of the screen, will take you there too, if that helps you. But once you are there, you will be able to do all things Harvestfest. Okay. And that is fantastic. So the first thing I'm going to run through the whole site real quick right here, Robin, and don't ever hesitate to just tell me do something different or change, or if you got a question, fire it up. But when you first come to the Harvestfest site, you'll notice that the live stream that we're doing right now is right here, and there's the chat window. So if you're on this site and you're not chatting, I want to encourage you to start chatting. And I know, Emily, you're out there. You've got to say hello because you've done so much work out there behind the scenes. Emily, be sure to say hello and let us give you a little shout out if you haven't already just gotten one. Okay. We said a moment ago, get tickets. And that's the first option here on the website is get tickets. And it will take you right to where you can get a ticket. Lots included in there. We're going to talk a little bit more about the event on the 12th, but you can get your tickets right now today. Get them right there on the website. You will be all set to go. The other thing is we have two types of auctions this year, which is fantastic. And we're going to talk about both of them, but I'm going to start with the bid online now because that is where you will get to bid right now, whether you're coming to the event next week or not. Anywhere in the country, of course, if we have to ship the product to you, you're going to be responsible for shipping, but you can bid. And the first thing I want you to do, you can go and check it all out, but when you are ready to start bidding, I want you to click on that registration button right up here at the top, okay? And what that will do, Robin, is it'll walk our guests through a little registration process, name, phone number, email, things so we can get in touch with you. It will ask you to put a credit card on file just because we got to make sure you're serious about supporting Camp Lutherwood. But I want to remind all of our guests that if you, when you put that credit card on file, we will be sending you a statement for you to review before we charge your card. So don't worry about that. And in the platform, it is extremely safe with our processing company. So no issues there. Okay. Now, once you have registered, friends, you are going to get an email immediately and a text immediately from our friends at Octria, and they will you will confirm your email, but it will also give you instructions on downloading the Octria mobile app. And I'm going to encourage you to my highest level of encouragement to download that app. It's a tremendous app. It's a tremendous way to follow all the auction action, right? Another tongue twister out of the auctioneer, but the auction action right there on your mobile device. So you can always go back to the website, but I think it's more fun to have it on your mobile device and have a lot of fun. Robin, you guys have put together a great online auction here, and we've got several really cool packages. I'm going to dive into one and show folks how to bid, if that's okay with you.
Yeah, great.
I got to jump on this one because he's one of my favorite people that I have met at Camp Lutherwood. But this is, I'm going to flip over to this side that I have already registered. Okay. So I'm going to jump right in here. This is Stephen Custer. If you've been around Camp Lutherwood, you know Stephen and his mom, right?
Stephen and I worked together. We were camp counselors together. We worked a couple summers together. So he's a longtime friend, but just has been a supporter of camp, for probably his whole life as well, in one way or the other.
Absolutely. And he is famous for winning raffles, in case you didn't know that, Robin.
I didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah, Stephen's won a few raffles at Harvestfest over the last couple of years. Anyhow, this is his package, and Stephen's an incredibly talented photographer and videographer, does a lot of really great work. And this is an incredibly generous gift from Stephen.
If you've seen any camp videos over the last couple of years, if you've seen any photos from camp, it's Stephen's work that you're looking at. He really is so talented, and we're so lucky that he donated this to our auction.
Yeah, this is fantastic. In fact, this is a perfect one for me to place my ceremonial bid on, because I would really like to win this package. But Stephen is offering, and you'll see right here, there's the details here. Stephen's offering a 90-minute family portrait session that will include 30 to 35, That's a big number, Robin. I don't know if you've ever seen these packages that are traditionally offered in an auction like this, but they give you like 2 photos. And of course, Steven's so generous is going to offer 30 to 35 professionally edited photos. I'm surprised the value is only $600. That seems low to me for his incredible work. And he's willing to travel anywhere in the Willamette Valley to create this timeless images of your family. Obviously, Camp Luther would be a wonderful backdrop, but if you want to do somewhere else, your home, some other special place you've got, Steven is willing to travel. So, when I look at this package, Robin, the first thing that sticks out to me is right up here at the top. Bidding ends in 9 days plus bid extension. So I want to explain that.
Okay.
What that means is on October 12th, when we're all gathered in the dining hall there at Camp Lutherwood, at 5 o'clock, the online auction will start to close. And the reason I say start to close is because of bid extension. And this is a neat feature that allows our online auction to operate like a real live auction. When I'm up there calling bids and talking way too fast, I don't quit taking bids until people quit bidding, right? And so on the online auction, we do it the same way. And what this means is we have a 5-minute extension, which means if somebody bids within the last 5 minutes before 5 o'clock, 4:55 p.m. West Coast time to 5 o'clock, if someone bids, we will extend the bidding time a new 5 minutes, and we'll also notify the person who just got outbid so they have an opportunity to bid again. Okay. So if you're playing the game like you think you do on eBay, where you're going to place a bid at the last possible millisecond, it will not work with this incredible Auctria platform, because we're just going to increase the bidding time. Okay. The next thing you notice is that there's no current bid because it just opened a few minutes ago, right? Folks haven't had a chance to read it. But good news for me, because everything started at $10, right? I mean, it kind of like Camp Lutherwood. Everybody can come to Camp Lutherwood, right? Everybody can come to our online auction. So the starting bid must be at least $10. It'll always tell you what your bid needs to be. Now, some fun stuff here. When I look at this package, Robin, I say to myself, I would happily love to get this at $10, but I'd love to get it. I'd pay up to $300 for this. Okay. At least initially. What I am going to do is I'm going to place a bid of $300, but I'm going to place it as a proxy bid. Okay. And what that means, Robin, is that the software will place the lowest bid for me that keeps me in the lead. And as people bid against me, it will raise my bid to always keep me in the lead up to $300.
Got it. Okay. That's cool.
Isn't that cool? Yeah. So, this is why I tell folks all the time, start when the online auction opens, right? Jump in there, identify the things you want to have, put your proxy bids in, and let the computer do the work for you, right? And then that way because it will actually save you money. And the reason I say that, Robin, is that I mentioned that it will raise my bid to the lowest number I need to be to stay in the lead. So when I bid $300 right here, okay, it's going to confirm. And I always appreciate that, because occasionally I put an extra 0 in there, and that's not a good deal. It can get kind of expensive. What it's saying is the next bid must be at least $20. Okay. Right now, what's cool about that, that's interesting. So what happens here is if someone bids 20, if I had not created the proxy bid, I would have to bid $30 after that person bid 20. But because I created this as a proxy bid, I am able to, it will bid $20 for me. So I just saved $10 if that ends up being the winning bid. Right?
Yeah.
So we always want to make sure that we use that proxy bid as much as possible. Okay. And put it right in there. So fingers crossed that I get to spend some time with Stephen Custer on the 12th, but also maybe I'll keep winning this bid and I will get to do a photo session with him. That would be fantastic.
I think that you'll have some competition for that one, Patrick. I mean, I'm rooting for you, but I'm also rooting for everybody. But it is that family photo season, you know, because families are trying to figure out what picture they're going to put on their Christmas card. You know, moms are out there getting the matching outfits. Everyone's got the same color blue somewhere on, ready to go. The fall leaves are changing. I think it's perfect for something like that. But also it could be used for graduation, senior photos, or right now, grad announcements. I know they come out in June, but you're taking your photos for it today. Or perfect for those baby photo shoots. If you've got a baby or a grandbaby, it's a perfect gift for someone like that. So I think you're gonna have some real steep competition.
Well, I hope it runs up to $2,000 or $3,000 where it belongs, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Because Stephen's talented, and that would be great. I'm going to throw in there engagement photos as an option. True. And I would also say, you know, creating some family photos that you can pass down over the years, right? Mm-hmm. Get that photo one last time with the grandparents and the grandchildren and all that stuff. And, you know, I know you're accommodating to have folks come out there to Camp Lutherwood to do this or wherever it fits for them. But what a wonderful opportunity. Okay, I've oversold it. I say to never promote the item I'm bidding on, and I just did it. So that was stupid. Talk to me about some of these other ones. Now, I don't want you to do what I just did and share the item that you're interested in, but give me some highlights here.
Well, everything we've done this year, we've really tried to celebrate Oregon as part of it. So I feel like the wine baskets are pretty incredible. They have some bottles of wine from the best wineries in that Newburgh, McMinnville kind of mid-valley area, like very famous wine. So it's Penner-Ash, it's Adelsheim, it's Domaine Roy. Yeah, so it's some really nice bottles of wine with kind of every accessory that you would want for your next party, for your next celebration, or just for you to open up a really nice bottle of wine, have a really nice glass of wine some evening with some snacks and just all the accessories that you could want. So there's two different versions of it. They're both really, really nice. And they just definitely are a celebration of the best of Oregon.
That's awesome. Do I recognize the similarity in the last name right here?
Yeah. So shout out to my mom and my sister, because they really stepped up for this one. They donated it. We've also added some of Tom Brewer's incredible craftsmanship. So a cutting board, but also handmade wine, like wooden boxes that if you were going to regift one of those bottles of wine, right, it has like a really beautiful wooden box that you could put it into. So those will be with both of them. So part of it, and the wood from that is all harvested from camp. Part of it is just part of what camps has to offer with Tom's incredible work. Tom runs our site and facilities, but he also has a wood shop on site, and so does a lot of the woodworking that you'll see. And then just the incredible celebration of wine in Oregon.
Yeah, that's awesome. Hey, I want to draw attention to something here. It's a feature of our software that I think is really cool and can really help us raise more money at Camp Lutherwood. Is that, you know, you run across a project, you run across a basket, and it makes you think of a friend, or it makes you think of, you know, some people in your community, or you just want to share that this is going on. Right up here at the top, Robin, these icons here are connected to your social media accounts, right? Okay. So when I registered, if I click on this Facebook, it will create a post with this item for me to put on my Facebook feed. Okay. And I think this is a great way to share what's happening at Camp Lutherwood, but also to give other folks an opportunity to support Camp Lutherwood. So you can be a little bit more discreet and just grab a hot link to it, and you could put it in an email. You could send it as a text. You could put it on your X account, whatever works for you. But please don't be shy, friends. As you're looking in there, don't share the ones you want to bid on, but maybe you see one that you it's not your style, but you think somebody you know would like it, put it out on your socials, and let's drive more people to the site. That's really cool, the wine, and you've got some great, but you've also got a 3-day Nordic ski rental.
Yeah, I mean, again, we're trying to celebrate the best of Oregon. So, a 3-day ski rental to do some cross country skiing to really enjoy the winter season. That's going to be just incredible. If you've ever been out in the snow when it's so still and it's so quiet, there's just a level of peace out there that you can get that you could probably only find, in a couple other places. That one's really special. I feel like if you have a soccer fan in your life, we have an incredible Portland Timbers package. I know Timbers is in Portland, so it might be a bit of a drive, but this one is worth it. It's 2 seats, 100 level seats, right at it's not mid-court because it's a field, right in the middle of the field. Right in the middle of the field.
Pitch. They call it a pitch.
Thank you.
Yes.
With so much timber swag, so much gear that you could outfit, your entire community with the Timbers gear that comes with these tickets. So a chance to see some professional sports, to soak up, again, the best of Oregon, but our Portland Timbers team, not in the Timbers Army. If you've been to a game, that can be so loud and so chaotic, but far enough around the corner that you can watch them do their thing from a safe distance and just cheer on the Portland Timbers, completely outfitted in Portland Timbers gear. So if
you won't have to smell the smoke. You won't have to smell the green smoke when they
but when they score a goal and they light that smoke off, it looks really cool from these particular seats. I have it. I have insider information on that one. It looks great.
That's awesome. And Timber Joey carving off a slice of the the tree to symbolize that next score. If you haven't been to a Timbers game, folks, and if you have, we're not telling you anything new. But if you haven't, I don't care if you're a soccer fan or not. This is the ultimate entertainment experience, and with all this gear, you'll be dressed like you're a regular. So,
that's true.
And the best part, you'll be supporting Camp Lutherwood, Robin.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is this.
It doesn't get any better than that, right?
No, it doesn't.
Live sports game and supporting camp. That's the best of both worlds.
Yeah, it is. It is awesome. And then I always, because we talked about tickets earlier, I do want to share, sometimes folks can't make it because of schedules and they run through our online auction and maybe they don't see something that jumps out at them. If you just want to keep helping make Camp Lutherwood healthy and vibrant, we do have a donation window right on that homepage. Feel free to make a donation and we would be, we'll reach out and say thank you and appreciate your incredible support. Let's talk about next week, Robin. Okay. People have got their tickets. What can they expect when they come to Camp Lutherwood?
Yeah, because we are really focused on that celebration of autumn in Oregon. Most people see camp during the summer, so it's a chance to just see camp in all of its fall glory. The leaves are changing. It's really beautiful out there right now. But we have created an incredible meal for everyone this year. Like I think in the past, sometimes we've done dinner, sometimes we've done small bites. This is a really lovely meal made by Chef Elliott. So there's different meal options. We're going to consider your palate. You kind of get to choose into what works best for you, but it's a locally sourced meal. We also have, again, wine from around the corner, cider from Oregon. One of our incredible year-round staff makes mead. So we have mead that's been made at camp from honey that's just, a mile away from an apiary around the corner. So we're trying to be as local and as immediate as possible for the celebration of autumn in Oregon.
All right. So you just threw a term at me I've never heard. You got to explain. Mead? Oh. Is that what you said?
Yeah, mead is like a honey alcohol. It's like a fermented honey drink. Mead. Yes. So Patrick, you can try it. It's been
after I'm done talking fast.
That's fair. Yeah. That's fair. I had to write in an email that no campers participated in the making of mead because it was made at camp. But yeah, it's an alcoholic drink. We'll also have 0 proof or non-alcoholic drinks. no one needs to drink if it's not part of their deal when they're at camp. But we've got lots of food. We'll have dessert, of course. You have to top off the meal with a sweet treat. You get to meet some of our incredible staff members. We might even sing you a song. But I think the live auction is part of the fun of coming to the event, Patrick, is it's seeing you do your thing.
Oh, no, that's very sweet of you. I appreciate that. And speaking of live auction, let's take a look at the live auction preview because that is available on the website also. But you cannot bid yet, okay? Although I do want to let you know, friends, if you're not able to join us next week, but you do see an item that you would love to support Camp Lutherwood with a generous bid, because some of these items are fabulous, you can reach out and to Robin. And
we'll find you a proxy.
Yeah, and we'll call it an absentee or a proxy bid, and they will provide that to me, and I will bid on your behalf up to that number. So let's go ahead and take a look. You've got some great packages here. I'm so excited to see Pastor Joe's chairs back. And you know what, Robin? They look like the style has been updated. Is that correct?
Yeah, he's using a new template, and I think they're just gorgeous. And they're made with wood that's been harvested from camp. So they're truly like just an incredible gift from camp, from Pastor Joe, who's been a longtime supporter of us. He's also a board member. His craftsmanship and then wood from camp, they're just so beautiful. If I had a front porch, I would want these on them.
Well, they're great on a back patio too,
That's
Robin.
True.
You know, and there's nothing like every time you sat down in this chair, you would almost feel that campfire roaring out in front of you, and look at those beautiful fir trees, and it would just warm your heart to know you made a difference in the lives of so many folks by supporting Camp Lutherwood as you sat comfortably in a chair designed and made by Pastor Joe Medley. So that's an awesome package. Talk to me about, there's one on here that jumps out at me that I think this is a new addition to camp. I know I've never sold this at Camp Lutherwood. Talk to me about, are we going glamping at Camp Lutherwood?
Yeah, glamping, Patrick, I don't know if you know this, but glamping is all the rage right now. I think people have learned that they can experience some of what's really cool about camping without the parts of it that are challenging, like sleeping on the ground or, even sleeping in a tent where you wake up and all the moisture is inside. So we have a beautiful yurt at camp, and we created this really cool glamping package where you can stay up to 2 nights. If you only want to stay 1, that's fine, but 2 nights for you and your significant other or your bestie, right? It could be a best friend glamping weekend. Chef Elliott has agreed to make you your own meal. So private dining with a private chef. You can eat that meal depending on the weather at our dining hall. But if it's nice out, we'll have it all set up right in front of our outdoor fireplace, which is just, to me, one of my favorite parts of camp, is like sitting in one of our rocking chairs right in front of that outdoor fireplace. You just can't beat it. At camp, when you're there for glamping, you can hike around, you can go to our stargazing platform. Like camp, you have the run of camp, it's yours, but really comfortable, beautiful, eclectic kind of boho place to camp for the week. The yurt is also heated and air conditioned. So it's in any season camping space is glamping at Lutherwood.
That is spectacular. And I can't imagine how relaxing, even if the weather's not perfect and it's drizzling a little bit or a little of that Oregon rain on the top of that yurt, knowing you're in the warmth and you can hear that sound of the little drizzle. This is really an opportunity at any time to come to Camp Lutherwood and having a meal from Chef Elliott. Wow. It looks like there might even be a bottle of wine already there too.
Yes, that's part of it. Is we'll give you a bottle of wine or 2, whatever you need.
Do we have any mead? Do we give mead out at that?
We absolutely could. If that was the request, if the winning bidder was like, may I please get some more of that mead, I would say absolutely, absolutely.
I'm gonna bring something to take some meat home with me. I mean,
I think, yeah, a mason jar is the
yeah,
perfect kind of thing to transport meat in.
yeah, absolutely, absolutely. And we have a little chartered salmon fishing trip here. It's going to be awesome from Dan Lassen. This
Yeah,
is
I think
awesome.
I think this is so cool. So, starting your day in Newport, Oregon, having Captain Dan, who is a licensed, I don't know what the right language is, charter captain, I think probably,
Uh-huh.
but
Yeah.
licensed, take you out for some real like Oregon ocean salmon fishing and crabbing and
Wow.
crabbing. So the chance to do that, I've grown up in Oregon and I've wanted to do a trip like that and I never have. So it would be like a brand new experience for me, even as someone who's lived here almost my whole life, except for that
Well,
little bit of time in Florida.
let's make sure you have a bid number then.
It
And
is one that I wanna bid on.
okay, okay, all right. Well, I take all bidders at that point in the show. So, and then we have two incredible retreats here.
Yes.
Also, we've got the beach retreat over in Gearhart. Our good friends, the Gustafson, Tom and Kathy Schroeder.
Yeah.
This is a beautiful home, and they are so generously making it available for 2 nights over in Gearhart, which one of my favorite spots is Gearhart. There's just so much to do, and you can get right on the beach there. What a cool place this is.
Gerhardt is so cool. It's one of the few beaches in Oregon right near there where you can drive onto the beach. I don't know if that's a
Correct.
selling point, but it's just kind of a unique thing to do. There's always the chance that you'll see the Gerhardt herd where the elk walk on the beach.
Yep.
That's really incredible. We've added a McMinimans gift card to this one because there is a Gerhardt McMinimans right there. So you can also grab a meal as a part of it. But it's a house that's big enough to hold kind of more than just maybe you and your family, where you can bring another family or bring some friends to have a really beautiful coastal weekend and just go and relax.
Yeah, this is an awesome place, and you're exactly right. That's why I go to Gearhart, because I can drive my truck and the 2 dogs right down onto
Yeah,
the beach, and they love running on the beach, and I didn't have to park up on Deal and hike in there. It's great. I
right.
can drive right down there. It's awesome. And the Gearhart Hotel there, that McMenamums, is right there at the golf course, Gearhart Golf Links, and I think it's the oldest golf course west of the Mississippi, or second oldest west of the Mississippi.
Oh, I didn't know
Uh,
that. That's cool.
yeah, it's and Tim Boyle bought it several years ago and took every single tree off the property except one, in a positive way of doing things for them. And it's an incredible golf course, wonderful to play. That hotel, everything, but you don't need a hotel because you
Right.
got their home that sleeps 10. So sounds like a great way if you've got that family reunion coming up or something like that, and you don't want to dirty up your house. You can have it in Gearhart and support Camp Lutherwood all at the same time. And then back again, popular in our event, but this is a new house this year, correct?
Yeah, this one's really special. So up to 7 nights.
Wow.
7 nights. It's just that's a proper vacation.
Yes, it is. It is
Um,
absolutely.
in this beautiful Black Butte Ranch.
Okay.
So 7 nights in Central Oregon. There is so much to do there. If you're a skier, this is the one for you. If you're a hiker, this is the one for you. If you're neither and you just want to stay in vacation in a really beautiful part of our state, this is the one for you. So 7 nights in Black Butte at a ranch. It's just stunning out there. The mountains, it just feels a little different than the Willamette Valley. It's like really feels like a vacation because it just looks so different when you're out there.
Yeah. Well, when you look up is when it really looks different, right?
Mhm.
Because you got the sisters right there. You've got
Yep.
Black Butte right there. Of course, you got to hike up Black Butte if you're going to be staying at the ranch. And as they say in their marketing at Black Butte Ranch, there is a place, and it is definitely Black Butte Ranch. This is an awesome, awesome deal, and for an entire week,
Yeah.
that's
And
really
look at
special. So
that.
I expect and they've made it available from February of 26 through January of 27. So don't you got to let them know by the end of the year when week you want, but they'll make sure they'll do their best to get the week you want. And wow, what a special time. You're going to take a week-long vacation. Why not take it at Black Butte and support Camp Lutherwood all at the same time, Robin, is the way I like to see it. So this is fantastic. Robin, it's going to be an incredible event. We're going to have our live auction. We're also going to have an opportunity. We'll share some stories of things going on at Camp Lutherwood. We'll get to hear from you and what your vision is for the future and how excited you are to be back at camp. But then we're also going to give everybody a chance to raise their bid card and make a donation to support Camp Lutherwood. So don't be shy, folks. Get your tickets today and join us. It's there's nothing better than being back at camp. And you know what I love? One of the things I love about your event is it's on a Sunday, so nobody's got an excuse why they can't be there. And then the other thing I love about it is the timing. Doors open at 3, and we're usually out of there by 6:30, 7 o'clock at the latest. So if you're traveling down from the Portland area, or you're coming up from the south, or just coming over from Eugene or the coast, wherever you're coming from, the schedule for that day fits perfectly, and it's going to be a wonderful event.
Yeah, we're so excited to have you all. I mean, what makes me the most excited is being with community. We just have the best community. So to be able to spend an intentional afternoon and evening with our community, I couldn't be more excited.
Yeah, and don't waste any time, folks. Get your tickets today. And I also want to remind you that online bidding does close on October 12th. It'll start to close at 5 o'clock. So that's going to be an awesome day. Robin, is there anything else that we need to cover before we wrap up for today's show?
I don't think so. Mostly just to please bid.
Yeah, please bid high and bid often is
That's
what
right.
you want to say.
When you bid, you're sorry.
The best part of it is, and people need to know this, Robin, is every bid, whether you win the item or not, is raising money for Camp Lutherwood. So
yeah, I was just going to say, all bids are helping send kids to camp. Like a chance to really get our kids there, and kids who might not have access to camp because of financial barriers or other barriers. Like, this is what the Harvestfest is designed to do, is to make sure that any kid who wants to come to camp can come to camp.
Making camp accessible in so many ways, right? And 100%. We know when people come to Camp Lutherwood, it's going to change their life. It's going to improve their life. You're going to introduce them to skills and emotions, and they're going to build relationships that they never thought they would have ever built. And as you're living proof, makes a difference in their lives forever. All righty. I am all done. If there's no questions, I can't thank you enough for tuning in today. Get on the website, folks. Bid high, bid often, get your tickets. Robin, thanks for the opportunity to be with you and your team again. Looky there. Emily just bid on the Timbers package. I see pop up on the screen. So that is fantastic news. Until we see you next week, folks, have a great day. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Bye-bye.
Bye.